At the Sports History Network, we're proud to introduce you to a new sponsor for our podcasts. It's Home Field Apparel, your premium collegiate apparel brand right out of Indianapolis. They've got incredibly comfortable t-shirts, plus they're officially licensed with vintage college designs. They have over 150 plus colleges available now and always adding more. Homefield digs through the archives and history of your school to find unique logos, mascots, and moments to make thoughtful designs for your school. When you shop today, new customers can get a 15% discount off their first purchase using the promo code SPORTSHISTORY at checkout. You can learn more at homefieldapparel.com.
Now it's time to take a sports break, a look at sports history on a daily basis. Hello, my friends of sports history. This is Darren Hayes of the Sports Jersey Dispatch podcast. Welcome once again to the Pig Pen, your place for all things great in sports history. And your sports break for September 15th is coming up in just a moment. But before we do that, let's make sure you're aware of our daily email newsletter. We send out an email every day, 6:30 a.m. Eastern, that tells you everything that's going on in the Pig Pen. PigskinDispatch.com, JerseyDispatch.com, and the podcast in our audio drama, Orville Mulligan, Sports Writer, as well as some of the latest posts of the SportsHistoryNetwork.com. It's all yours just by going to the show notes of this very podcast and clicking on the email subscription. You can also find it at PigskinDispatch.com and JerseyDispatch.com. Now let's get to your sports break for September 15th, where we will talk about some of the greatest athletes that had some greatest events on September 15th. On this date in history, and the jersey numbers we're going to talk about are 36, 9, 23, 41, 14, 32, 27, 43, and 26, just to name a couple surprises at the end for you. September 15th, 1902, the Chicago Cubs infielders Tinker, Evers, and Chance turned their first double play together in a 6-3 victory over Cincinnati. We talked about their first grouping together yesterday's show, and here it is, their first double play. September 15th, 1912, the Boston Red Sox pitcher Smokey Joe Wood tied a then Major League Baseball record of 16 straight wins with a 2-1 victory over the St. Louis Browns at Sportsman's Park. And on September 15th, 1922, Philadelphia catcher Butch Henline became the first National League player to hit 3 home runs in a game since 1897 during the Phillies' 10-9 victory over the St. Louis Cardinals at the Baker Bowl. September 15th, 1950, for a record 6th time in his career, the New York Yankees first baseman Johnny Mize, who wore number 36, hit 3 home runs in one game. When he was on a streak, he was on a streak. September 15th, 1960, skater Maurice Richard, who wore number 9 for much of his career with the Montreal Canadiens, announced his retirement from the game. He finishes his career with 544 goals, an NHL record at that time. September 15th, 1963, 3 brothers, Felipe Alou, number 23, Matty Alou, number 41, and Jesus Alou, number 14, all appeared in the San Francisco Giants outfield for 1 inning, a 13-5 victory over the Pittsburgh Pirates at Forbes Field. September 15th, 1969, Major League Baseball St. Louis Cardinals Steve Carlton, number 32, set a record by striking out 19 New York Mets batters in a single game. That is quite a victory there for Mr. Steve Carlton. September 15th, 1979, the Boston Red Sox player number 27, Bob Watson was his name. Well, he became the first player to hit for the cycle in both the American League and with the National League. He did it previously with the Astros of Houston. September 15th, 1985, the New York Yankees traded 25-year-old pitching prospect Jim Deshaies to the Houston Astros, where he wore the number 43 in the 85 season, for a 40-year-old pitcher, Joe Niekro, who wore number 26 in pinstripes that season. September 15th, 1990, Chicago White Sox Bobby Thigpen was the first to record 50 saves. September 15th, 1995, St. Louis Cardinals legendary shortstop Ozzie Smith set a record of participating in 1,554 double plays. September 15th, 1996, Texas Rangers retired their first number, Nolan Ryan's number 34 with the Rangers. September 15th, 2002, the Oakland Raiders quarterback Rich Gannon at the time began an NFL record tying. The events that he tied were with Kurt Warner and Steve Young. There was a streak of 6 consecutive 300-yard passing games when Gannon threw for 403 yards in a Raiders 30-17 victory at Pittsburgh. Think about those wide receivers that Rich Gannon had that year. Two legends of the game, Tim Brown and Jerry Rice, on that great run that the Raiders had that 2002 season. So that is our sports history for today. This is our sports break of September 15th. We're glad you could join us. Hope you'll join us once again for some more great sports history with the uniform numbers and legendary players that he played. In the meantime, you can go to sportshistorynetwork.com, pigskinddispatch.com, and jerseydispatch.com. And don't forget, Orville Mulligan Sports Writer, our audio drama for even more ways to learn about sports history. Till tomorrow, everybody, have a great sports history day. Sorry, but my pitching coach just called timeout and he's coming out to the mound. I think I'm going to get yanked for a reliever. We'll see you back tomorrow for some more great sports history on Sports Jersey Dispatch Podcast. We invite you to check out our websites, jerseydispatch.com and pigskinddispatch.com. Not only see the daily sports history, but to experience the preservation of great events and people that play the games. Find us on Pigskin Dispatch. It's also on social media outlets of Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and don't forget the Pigskin Dispatch YouTube channel to get all your daily sports history. Pigskin Dispatch is happy to be associated with the Sports History Network, the sports headquarters of yesteryear, found at sportshistorynetwork.com.
This podcast is part of the Sports History Network, your headquarters for the yesteryear of your favorite sport. You can learn more at sportshistorynetwork.com.
It was just another ordinary day in the offices of the Pittsburgh Guardian newspaper circa 1924. But for Marla Delft, assistant editor, everything was about to change. For she was about to discover the awesome attractiveness of Row 1 brand retro sports paraphernalia items thanks to Orville Mulligan, sports writer.
And there it is.
Wow, Orville, that's really the bee's knees.
Isn't it just? A poster-sized replica of the actual 1909 World Series program cover.
I can see that. But where did you get it? And where'd you get it framed?
I ordered it from the Row 1 website, where over 6,000 items of sports memorabilia from the 1880s to the 1990s are available for reproduction, in multiple sizes and in several different materials, with over a dozen styles of frame to choose from for prints like this.
Well, I'm sure Mr. Delft would love to put up more of these in the office. But I'm equally as sure they're beyond this newspaper's budget.
Not at all, my dear Marla. See for yourself. Go to sportshistorynetwork.com/row1.
sportshistorynetwork.com/row1. Oh my, these are good prices. Oh, and look at this stuff. Oklahoma-Nebraska football, college basketball art, Michael Jordan items.
And so
retro
it was that
sports
Marla Delft
advertisement
discovered the
placards.
splendiferous magic of Row 1 sports memorabilia, arts, and prints. You can too by visiting sportshistorynetwork.com/row1. That's ROW1 today for access to the full Row 1 catalog of gallery prints and gifts like t-shirts, long-sleeve shirts, telephone cases, coffee mugs, blankets, pillows, towels, and even shower curtains. Act today for 15% discount off all prints with coupon code SHN15 and 20% off all other items with coupon code SHN20 at checkout. And keep your dial locked to the Sports History Network for the exciting chronicles of the 1920 sports world in Orville Mulligan, sports writer. Coming soon.